down in Wowwy'z workshop. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision. Hello, friends and fam, everybody in YouTube land. It's Wowwy. Welcome back to Wowwy'z workshop. Now today, we're going to talk about karma carving. It's what I'm calling when you just do random acts of kindness. You use your creations to be kind and do something nice for somebody, lift somebody's spirits. I'm going to give shout out to Carving Fusion, Jordy, being a spirit ninja and all the kind things he's done with his carvings. That's my inspiration for this. And my first piece here is for Ms.Genevieve. Now Genevieve is a lady that lives in a park nearby, and Poppy and I pass and we always talk to her about her beautiful garden. And I'm a wood weirdo, so I always zero in on pieces of wood, especially out here. We have lots of driftwood and stuff. Everybody seems to have their own collection. So one day I was complimenting her on this really cool burl, and it got us to talking that I was just learning how to make wood spirits and whatnot. Well, Miss Genevieve, she's just so kind. She said, "You want that piece of wood?" And I said, "Well, I would definitely. I'm just learning, but I would love to try." And she said, "You can take that." And then she went and dug through the rest of her backyard, and we looked at some other pieces and stuff, and they weren't quite right for what I was looking for. But I just couldn't believe that she just so quickly just gave me this piece of driftwood, and it touched my heart. And so I thought, I'm going to do my very, very best for Miss Genevieve, and I'm going to bring this back to her when I'm finished. And I didn't tell her that, but that was the plan. So this is in my very early in my carving, so you're going to see that I did the basic Woodspirit. I drew it on there with the center line and stuff, just how I learned from Jordy's channel. And I drew in the cheeks and the wrinkles. And then I went in basically, I only had a small collection of kutzall burrs at this time, a couple saburrtooth. So I followed the lines with the kutzall extreme. And I believe I did these main lines with the taper burr. And so I cut in very, very deep, and you can see here where I cut in the brow and stuff. I cut everything very, very deep, and that's what I think was the secret to this piece, is that I cut her in deep, and like Jordy says, carve deep. And if you're not sure how she's going, carve deeper, get in there, create the shadow. And anybody who knows me, of you folks that I'm so grateful that you come back and watch my videos, you'll know that I'm a sanding nut, and I will sand for hours and hours and hours. And that's what I did in this piece here. I kept carving deeper, getting into those channels, and I like to follow either the wood grain, or existing channels or cracks or lines in the wood, in the driftwood, and when you blend them in together, it gives it this magical look, like it was by nature's hand. And if you can do that to a carving and get it to look like by nature's hand, there's a magic about it. That's like something that you'll find in the enchanted forest, the big wood spirit with the little mushroom people around it, dancing around him and stuff, and something from in a storybook. I truly believe that if you can work with nature in your carvings, it'll give it a little added touch, a little added finesse. So that's what I tried with this piece. I tried my darndest, and I'm pretty happy with it. I couldn't do eyes yet, so I went with the sleeping eyes, and I sanded a lot and really, really got into those creases, like I say. Gave them a slightly open mouth, and I really, really undercarved it in there and gave it some really, really good deep shadow. And boy, oh boy, looking back at this now, I wish I had known my vinegar and steel wool magic potion recipe back then, because then I would have got the face and the colors to match the existing driftwood that you can see on the left there, that gray. But hey, no worries, man. I love this piece, how it turned out, and she loved it. So after I got to this point, guys, I was happy with it, and it was time to bring it back to Miss Genevieve. and see what she thought. So here I am, the day that I brought it back to her, and she was so surprised. And, you know, she was like, I felt like you were a kind person, so this doesn't surprise me. She goes, but I had no idea that it would look this way and that you were so good at it. And I'm like thinking to myself, well, I'm just a beginner, but you know, it was one of the first times I really felt like I had accomplished something bigger as a carver. And I'm very proud of that. And even more so, I want to say I'm proud of what I learned at Carving Fusion, and I will always give credit where credit is due. I can't say that I'm a spirit ninja because I was not invited by Jordy, but this is my way of being a spirit ninja and giving back. And here at Wowwy'z Workshop, we're going to call it karma carving. And my friends and family, like I always say, there is no YouTube without you. That's just the way this is. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time at Wowwy'z Workshop. Much love.